Hello, good morning. Yes, God. So I just want to talk about the second debate, which took place last Thursday. I'm not going to be reading too much into it because a lot has already came out. So I'm just gonna tap into a little bit. Certain candidates, maybe get into some of the candidates' political history, but not too much. I will be doing separate videos on all of the candidates and break down their policies and what they stand for, whether when they were Secretary of State, when they were prosecutors, when they were whatever. But I will break down each candidate, not every candidate, but the candidates who I believe are going to make at least the top five, top 10. So with that being said, let me break down last Thursday's debate. So it said that Kamala Harris was the winner of that debate. However, I personally don't agree with that, but I will state why. I can see why people would think she's the winner because she really handed Joe Biden his ass. Like she really did. She was not playing. She came in and she was not having it. Something that he did affected her as a child. Think about that. That's how long that dude has been in politics. Something Joe Biden did in the past affected Kamala Harris in as a child. Think about that. Kamala Harris isn't like 25, 26 years old. No shade, but that's just the truth. But a lot of people would say that she won. I don't believe that she won, and I only say that because I know her political history. I know her time as prosecutor. I know her time as California's attorney general, and there are just some things that I don't agree with that she has supported, and so for those reasons, I believe that she didn't necessarily win. I believe that she won only because she had no pushback. Nobody challenged her on anything, and for me, that was the issue. People could have went for her as attorney general. People could have went for her as her time as a prosecutor. You know, she lied and said that she was happy to enforce that cops wear body cameras. That was a lie. That was debunked during the debate. You know what I'm saying? So she lied about that. You know, another thing that she did, another policy that she was so proud of was, Chauncey being involved with the students, and if the student was absent a certain amount of times, then the police would go to the child's house. And there were a couple of incidences where a child wasn't able to go to school because the parent had to work two jobs because the parent didn't have the resources to take them to school every day. And there were incidences where the cops would raid into people's houses. There was one incident where a woman was going through chemo. She had cancer, and her daughter couldn't go to school because she couldn't take her. Kamala Harris never responded to that, and she didn't get pushback on that either. And I feel like that was a big, big, big thing that should have been mentioned. And honestly, I would have loved for Bernie Sanders to have mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved for somebody to say something, and I feel like they were scared of her. I really do. I would have been like, nope, that's not true. You're a liar, but nobody did that. And for me, that's why I feel like she didn't win. But again, to a lot of people, she did. And overall, the top, in the two debates that we had, the first debate on Wednesday, the second debate on Thursday, overall, people believe that she won, and I just don't. I think Bernie Sanders won, Elizabeth Warren, and those were like my top two, and then Cory Booker as well. And I'm not even a fan of Cory Booker, but he did what he had to do, except for the speaking in Spanish part. You all know how I felt about that. I didn't like the fact that he went into Spanish, but that's just my opinion, how I felt about it. I also will say that in the second debate, I wish Bernie Sanders would have been a little bit stronger. But to me, he did win. He talked policy. He talked how he would break everything down. And I don't think anybody else did that. Even when he spoke about healthcare, even Kristen, whatever her name is, the other lady who's running, I don't know her name. But Kristen Gallagher, well, her. She supported his bill, and she co-sponsored it, and then she wrote something in it about making the path for Medicare for all. And I think that was probably her shining moment. I think for me, what messed her up was when they asked her a question and the guy on to her right was speaking as well, and she was like, "Oh no, it's my turn." Like, girl, you're not five. Like, come on. Like, let's keep it above. I don't want to make this whole video about Kamala Harris, but because she did win, like, let's break it down a little bit. Well, not that she won to me, but she won to a lot of other people. And like I said, her time as a prosecutor, she bragged about incarcerating literally innocent people, innocent African Americans, and that was my issue with what she said to Joe Biden. You sat there and you criticized Joe Biden for supporting these senators who were racist, who believed in segregation, but you prosecuted innocent African Americans, and to me that makes it worse. As an African American, you're prosecuting your own people. To me, that makes it 10 times worse, because I expect a white man to do that. I expect a white woman to do that. I don't expect a black woman to do that. I don't expect a black man to do that. That's just how I feel about it. The fact that she did that made it 10 times worse. To me, personally, that's just how I feel about it. I also think that, with Kamala Harris, there needs to be more of a stance on certain policies. For example, when they asked about Medicare for all, who here is for a single payer system? That's what they asked. Her, Bernie, raised their hands proudly. Joe Biden looked like he was scared. He didn't know what to do. Like, if he was going to, if he did, whatever the case. But that's besides the point. Kamala Harris raised her hand. She said, "I'm for Medicare for all." Right? The next day, she goes on a TV show saying, "I didn't know what they were talking about. Oh my God, that's not how I interpreted the question. I thought they meant my Medicare and my Medicaid and my health insurance." Chick, that's not what they were talking about. You in the fucking debate. Come on, let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. Like, you're a liar. You're lying. And I say that because it's not the first time she has done that. Like, let's be honest. And I'm not going to sit here and say Bernie is a perfect candidate. I'm not going to sit here and say Elizabeth Warren is a perfect candidate. But at the end of the day, because Kamala Harris won, that's who I'm kind of focusing on right now. And to me, she didn't win. But I'm focusing on her right now because to the public, she won. So that's why I'm focusing on her. I don't want to make it all about her, but I have to be honest and say the truth. She's backpedaled a lot when it comes to the subject of Medicare for all. And I hate that people are like, "Oh, well, I don't understand why they're ganging up on Kamala Harris. This bill isn't even like set in stone, and there's still some kinks that need to be worked out, this, that, and the third." Like, no, she's still backpedaled on it. It don't matter. It does not matter. And I don't care if she's a woman. I don't care if she's a man. She keeps backpedaling on the question. And I feel the same way about Elizabeth Warren. She kept backpedaling and backpedaling and backpedaling until the actual night of the debate. The night of the debate, she said, "I am for Medicare for all." She didn't take it back the next day. She didn't take it back the day after. She said, "I'm for Medicare for all." I believe in Medicare for all, but I also do believe that we have the right to have privatized insurance. But I will talk about that in another video. But that's just my belief. I don't believe that the government has the right to sit there and be like, "You can't have your health insurance because we're going to do universal health care." Excuse me. I do believe that health care is a right. That's just what I believe. I do believe that health care is a human right. I do believe we should have tuition-free college. Russia, Donald Trump's favorite fucking country in the world, has universal health care. Why can't we? I don't understand that. People are saying there are over 325 million Americans, and we can't do that, and this, that, and the third. Bitch, Russia got mad people too. Like, let's be honest. Why you? Come on, stop. That's so dumb, And so again, this video isn't gonna be too long because I'm gonna break down the candidates as a whole. Well, in single form. I'm gonna break down each candidate who I think is gonna make at least the top 10. Because I don't believe after like September, 10 of these candidates will be running. I really don't. I don't even believe that all of these candidates are going to make it to the next debate. My opinion. I will say this about one candidate, and she stuck out because of what she said. And she said the exact same thing that Donald Trump said, which I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is a disgusting human being. I think he is a horrible person. I think he's a rapist. He raped his first wife. She said it in her book, allegedly. Let me put that out there because I don't want to get sued. Anybody got time to be getting sued? So allegedly, he raped his first wife, and that's what she said. She said that he raped her, allegedly. There's allegations out there of him raping so many women, and I don't understand how a woman can vote for Donald Trump. But that's besides the point. I'll actually talk about Donald Trump in a later video as well, and break down his policies and his tax bill and everything. Not everything, because that's way too much. That video would be like 13,000 hours long, and ain't nobody got time for that. Bitch got a job. She can't be doing all of that. But there's one candidate who said, Miriam Williams, I believe that's her name. She said, I respect all of the candidates that are standing up here. I really do. But you guys have been doing this for years and nothing has gotten done. What the fuck have you guys been doing? You guys ain't been doing shit. What the fuck? And it's kind of like what Donald Trump said to Hillary Clinton. You've been in politics for 20 plus years and now you want to make change. That's what she said. That's exactly what Miriam Williams said. She said, you guys have been doing this for years. You guys ain't do nothing. You guys ain't doing shit. What the fuck? Like, come on. And I also like the fact that she wants to get to the core of the problem. Like, okay, we want universal health care. We want universal health care. But why are these people getting sick? Why do we need universal health care? I think that's a very important question. I like her. I really do. Do I think she's going to make it to the end? No, I don't believe that. And I don't believe she's the type of person that can't take on Trump when it comes to a debate. She stood quiet like 90% of the debate. She wasn't trying to interject. She wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Excuse me. She really was just standing there as like a decoration. Like, oh, we need somebody else because the first debate had some people, so we're going to put her there. Like, that's what it looked like to me. But she's not the type of person to run against Trump. I don't think any of them are, to be 110% honest. I think you need somebody like Trump to run against Trump. And I don't mean policy-wise. I mean the way that he speaks. Like, you need somebody who's going to be like, nah, you're bugging. You're wrong. Like, that's what he needs. He needs somebody to cut him off like that. And I know a lot of Democrats are like, no, we want to take the high road. Like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Fuck that shit. When they go low, I go lower. Yes, God, just the fuck I do. Because you're not going to disrespect me. That's not going to happen. That's not cool. That ain't cute. Anybody got time for that? Oh, and so I just think that when it comes to whoever we choose as a nominee, as a Democratic nominee, we really, 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 really need to make sure they can go up against Trump in a debate. Because as we see, Trump has been rallying since he's become president. I've never seen a president do this. I've never seen a president rally the whole 4 years he's president. I've never seen that before. That's never, ever happened. You know why? Because they're taking care of a fucking country. They don't got time to be rallying in Colorado, Ohio, wherever the fuck he's rallying at. They're taking care of a fucking country. That's how you can tell Donald Trump is not fucking taking care of the United States. You should not have the time to be rallying everywhere as soon as you first start being president. Thank you. But at the end of the day, Kamala Harris, to a lot of people, won the debate. To me, she didn't. It's not that she didn't win. It's just the fact that I know her policy. I know where she stands. I know her political history. I know her time as, like I said, Attorney General, prosecutor, senator. And now it's said that she's in talks with the Wells Fargo to fund her campaign. If that happens, you're bugging. I am not voting for you. There is no way in hell I'm voting for you. And this is the thing. It's not because she's a woman. It's not because she's black. It's not because of any of those things. I wouldn't vote for her because she's taking money from from the big banks. Why am I? That tells me that when she becomes president, whatever they want her to do, she's going to do it. That's the thing that people don't understand. When these corporations, when Big Pharma, when fossil fuel industries, when they give money to a campaign, they're not giving money to a campaign because they're like, oh my God, I want you to help the American people. And I know that's what I really want for you guys to do. No, they're giving them money because they want something in return. That's how it fucking works. That's how a bribe works. They're not giving them money because they want them to help us. No, they're giving them money because they want the politicians to help them. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else. But again, I will be breaking down the candidates individually. And I'm going to start with Kamala Harris because she supposedly won the debates. Then I'll go on to Bernie Sanders. Then I'll go on to Elizabeth Warren. Then I'll go on to Tulsi Gabbard. And so forth and so forth and so forth. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. This channel is mostly a political channel, but I will be talking about other things, other topics. I will be talking about the gay community. I will be talking about, and I mean the gay community as a whole, and that includes transgender. I know transgender don't like to be included in that category, but when you're on Grindr and you're a transgender, that's just what it is. Like, you can't be a transgender and be on Grindr, and because Grindr is a gay site. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, don't say that you're not gay. That, like, don't say you don't want to be put in that category, but you're on Grindr. Grindr is for gay men. But anyway, I digress. So I will be talking about the gay community, transgender community. I will be talking about other topics. Even though this will be a political channel overall, I will be talking about a lot of other things, and I want to be able to talk to conservatives as well, Republicans, and get an idea of how they think Donald Trump is representing the Republican Party, because in my opinion, Donald Trump has made being a Republican a dirty thing. I don't necessarily think that it's bad to be a Republican. I don't necessarily think that it's bad to be a conservative. My thing is, I think it's bad to try to take what you believe and force it upon other people. And the Republican Party says, oh, we're not for government. We want limited government. But the government is telling women what to do with their bodies. That's not limited government. That's not at all. But that, again, another day, another time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to make another video probably by Thursday talking about, I don't know, I guess when I'm speaking, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys have a great day, and deuces. Oh, grrr.